Good morning. I'm meteorologist Dave Epstein. It is Sunday, the 25th of January. Let's get to the weather wisdom for today. It's cold out there, single digits. Good day for soup. Yes, indeed. We are sponsored by Clover, and Clover has a soup box you can still order. Delivery continues up through the 30th. Check them out at cloverfoodlab.com. There are three different varieties of soup. I love them all. It also comes with bread, and you can make your own cookies. All right, let's get to the forecast here. Obviously, we have a big snowstorm. I just checked the visibility across the area well to the south. 1.5 miles down around Princeton, New Jersey right now. So that's about where the snow is. It is 5:52 in the morning. So the snow continues to move up. It's going to get into New York City here in the next hour or two and then continue to move northward. I think that we start seeing our first flakes down through the southwest part of the state, probably close to noon, and then getting into Boston sometime between noon and 1 or 2 o'clock. I'd say get off the roads by 2, 3, 4 o'clock, sort of southwest to northeast. Once that snow comes in, it is going to, first of all, it's going to stick because it's so cold. And also, it's going to get pretty heavy pretty quickly around here. Now, in terms of accumulation, we are expecting a very widespread 1 to perhaps up to 2 feet of snow from this particular system. So my map has 12 to 18 inches, and then over eastern Massachusetts, running from, and when I say eastern, it's like even north central Massachusetts, sort of from Fitchburg east down to Boston, and then up into Essex County and even New Hampshire and on into York County in Maine. That's where that 18 plus inch amounts are most likely if they're going to occur. Now, in order for us to get this amount of snow in such a short amount of time, it really has to snow, number one, super hard, and it's got to be kind of really fluffy. If those ratios are above 1 to 15, that's really likely. If the ratios are down 1 to 11, 1 to 12, 1 to 13, it's more likely we're going to approach that 18-inch amount in Boston. It's a lot of snow, and I get it. It's a big difference between 18 and 24 inches. That's 6 inches more of snow. I just can't tell you whether or not those bands are going to set up in the city or not. Some of the models are bringing us up to that amount, and many of them are keeping us sort of in that 13 to 18 inch window. So I'm going to stick with the 12 to 18, but I'm not going to be surprised if some folks see more than that for sure. We have a lot of snow coming in. The other thing is with the snow coming in so quickly and just piling up like that, there will be some compression of that heavy snow. You get 3 inches in an hour like that, and temperatures are going to be going up during the day today. And when that snow is falling pretty heavy, the temperatures are going to be going up, so those ratios will actually go down a little bit. If we had the amount of moisture that's being forecast, which is about 1.25 inches, if we stayed at, say, even 15 degrees, I'd be much more confident in that 2-foot amount because we'd have those higher ratios lasting the whole time. So most of the snow, believe it or not, is done by 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty amazing how quickly this is going to come in. And then I think we taper off. There might even just be some freezing drizzle going on across the area during the early morning, and then we'll resume with some snowfall in the afternoon tomorrow and into the evening as the upper level system sort of rotates around and we get some backlash snow in here. When that happens, it's not common that we get much in the way of precipitation. So in those backlash situations, we can linger the snow for a bit, and sometimes we can get a burst. And I do think that the models indicate that there's going to be a burst tomorrow evening between, say, 6 p.m. and roughly, even 1 a.m. So it may be if you go to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock, maybe not that early like I do, but you go to bed or you're not outside that late, when you get up in the morning, there might be a little bit more snow on the ground from the overnight snow that fell that first half of the evening, depending on when you get up. So, in terms of like what I'm looking at for 3-hour snowfalls during the day Monday, it's not a lot. It's just not a lot. It might be 1, 2, maybe up to 3 inches in a few spots, and then it's out of here and we clear out for Tuesday as well. Now, in terms of temperatures, I just want to go over this again. We're going to see the coastal front come through here this evening. So temperatures today are going to stay in the single digits and teens all day long. It's going to be very cold. That first bit of snow is going to be super light, like leaf blower snow. And then after, say, 7 o'clock in Boston, you're going to be up to 27, 28 degrees as the coastal front continues to move northward. It'll probably get up to about the 495 area or so. That's what most of our models do. Some of them bring it a little further west, some of them bring it less further west, but for the most part, it looks to me like that coastal front. So you'll feel the difference in temperatures. If you're listening northern Worcester County and points north and west, teens and single digits. So that's a much different snow and much lighter than it will be around here. So that takes place. And then as of about 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, the cold air comes crashing back in. So by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's actually pretty cold here again, back into the 20s. Not as cold. We're not going to see single digits when you're cleaning up, but it will be fairly chilly. And then we'll have the real cold air come back in here. So Tuesday when you get up, it's back in the single digits again as well. So just to recap, widespread 12 to 18 inches of snow. Some areas, especially in eastern Massachusetts, going higher than that. That 1.5 to 2 feet definitely in play. I just don't think that it's as widespread for everybody. But nevertheless, I think if I was in, Boston, Essex County, places like that, those are the places that could go over that 18-inch amount. If we stayed at 1 to 10 ratios, everybody is going to be in the 12 to 18, but we're going to have higher ratios than that because of how cold it's going to be. All right, a little bit long here this morning. Have a great Sunday. Find me on social. If you have any questions, let me know.